Previously on Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. We gotta wrap this up and get back home so you can make your dream show come true. And get those burgers.
Go ahead, feign confidence now while you are still able, for I will see to it that your last rites are read to you this day.
Okay, Maya, let's head on in. Let's do this. Oh, God. I'm like really scared about this, though. And now back to the present. I know I've been a little quiet, but after the stuff that I've heard, I'm so scared for these people. I mean, usually I'm pretty good about being able to remove... I'm almost too good, I think, at being able to remove myself from a situation because I know that it's fiction. There's something about this is really just resonating with me. I hate that word because I don't really understand the concept, but I know what it means. I know what people mean when they say it. Anyway, now then, if everyone is ready... The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Not! Prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. Well, let's do it then. Oh, no prayers this time, Prosecutor Sadmati? Well, you already found out I'm a defiant dragon or something, so... at least I'm, like, friends with one of them or something. Anyway, I already offered my prayers for the latest victim during my visit to the crime scene. Being that the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder, let us hasten this trial so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery. You know what I think it is, too? The disturbing thing that I keep hearing about is, what if they actually... we find guilty for this one, too, and, like, they try to put us to death. And that's the disturbing thing. Like, maybe Maya gets hanged or something. I don't even want to say it, but it's not like it hasn't been there in my mind, and I hate not being able to say it and just think about it, you know? I could not agree more. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the high priest. And lo and behold, today she will be tried for the murder of his disciple. Praise a lot. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmati, your opening statement, if you would. I can't wait to hear it, because I know that you're right.
The accused has now slain 2 of the most devout clergymen in Karaidism. Even the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling, would not be punishment enough.
Gulp. Then what terrible fate awaits her? Don't spoil it. Don't tell me. Balgilpokon Hell. A realm of eternal agony. There she will suffer the endless punishment of Yagar by the Kaloon of Pulmotin. Furthermore, Guljama, enough! Enough! My blood runs cold at the mere thought of that centerfold. That's such a... sorry, I couldn't resist. I was going to ask for a translation, but on second thought, ignorance is bliss. Boy, is it ever. Now then, please continue, minus the part about the terrible hell awaiting the accused. Damn, it was just getting good, too. But as you wish. Okay, let's do it. Roll, roll, roll.
The victim of this heinous crime was the high priest's disciple, Purezalat. He had been training under the high priest while living at the priest's home.
I'd met him a number of times, and he seemed like an earnest young man. Damn, it sucks that he's dead now. You suck, Maya, for killing him. I mean, it does suck that he's dead. That's not sarcastic here. Yeah, that's right.
The Warbow dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. The stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly.
How much do you want to bet pain does show up in the insight? And then we say, well, no, there wouldn't be pain because he died instantly. I mean, is that even possible? Like, wouldn't you feel something for, like, maybe half a second? I thought I felt something crawling on my ankle down there. Jeez. Oh, the Warbow dagger, Lady Kira's weapon of choice. Oh. Did we ever see him roll it up like that before? That looked cool.
We've already established that the accused's prints were on the weapon. Incredibly damning evidence in itself.
I know, and this, like, the stuff we have doesn't seem to help us at all here. Objection. It's like, this is so simple.
Hold your tongue, knave. Now being that the accused Maya Fey is a serial killer. The prosecution believes that the death penalty is the only possible sentence.
Would the defense care to respond?
The accused is innocent, and nothing can convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed this murder without a single witness? Well, you know, I just don't get you sometimes, man. The accused fingerprints on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. As such, I see no need to debate this any further. But...
Well, once her benevolence conducts her séance, it will be clear for all to see.
This is too simple. This is starting out way too simple. Your Majesty, might I have a word? Did he see something? Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh.
That's enough!
Oh. Your benevolence.
Stop right there, Prosecutor Subnaughty.
What's happening here? Oh, God.
As you wish. Forgive me for overstepping my bounds.
What was that all? Was he going to tell her not to do it? Did he tell her not to do it and she stepped in anyway?
Bobhead, have you made peace with your fate? For this time, the divination seance will bring you to your knees.
I mean, at this point, she's probably just doing it because she has a vendetta against me. More so than the prosecutor. I'm ready and I accept your challenge. Well, the problem is I have no weapons at my disposal. Dude, we got plenty. Very well. The divination seance, if you please, your benevolence. This is so cool that we get to see 2 of these in one case. I was worried about this because, like, there's only so many cases in a game, you know, and you were only going to get to see 1 per case, and then on top of that, every other case was happening over on the other side of the world.
Nina?
Well, here it goes. Well, time to do your stupid dance. Your awesome dance. Your stupid awesome dance.
Oh, Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
I mean, I could skip this at this point, but it's just so cool. I don't think I ever want to. I mean, I feel like it means more if you actually watch the dance, you know, because it's like, it's how it happened, it's the story. So you get all this time to think about it and anticipate what you're about to see. I mean, this is the last moments of a person's life before they died. And they're dead now. So the fact that we can see this, I just think this is so cool. I know I'm gushing a little too much, but this might be my favorite thing that they've ever done in any of these games, this concept. She always looks like she's about to fall there. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Dancing is definitely an art. And one that I am not ashamed to say I'm terrible at. Every time I've ever tried to do it, I've sucked. Okay, here we go. Wait, what? There's not one. Hang on. I don't get it. Why wasn't there anything to see? Your benevolence, what in the world?
I was unable to evoke any sort of response. I called out the spirit's name many times, but to no avail.
Why? Is he still alive?
Just as I thought.
Wait, what does he know that we don't?
I sought to confirm the contents of today's divination séance. After all, it is customary for the prosecutor to verify it beforehand.
Yeah, she did tell us that yesterday. I'm actually glad we saw that here today in this recording session. Instead of, you know. Yeah, it helps me to remember.
And that is why I sought to stop her benevolence from performing it here. However, she insisted that it be done. She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice.
What if maybe the real reason she wanted to was because she knew that it would help us? Because doesn't that help us? If he's still alive, if that's what that means, then that definitely helps us. But how can he still be alive, though? We saw the body, right? It would appear her benevolence is tired from her manifold duties.
I thought anything of the sort. The victim's spirit will not answer my call, but I know not why. It is my sacred duty to convey the truth through the divination séance.
Well, okay, no, I don't think... No, I think she actually is surprised here. Because if she were doing that as a favor to me, she wouldn't be this surprised here. She did think it was going to work the second time. What are we to do without a divination séance?
I suppose I shall have to deliver the last rites without them. The prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today.
Jeez, and I spent all that time sitting there talking about how cool this concept was and how, you know, and all this time we were anticipating what we were going to see. Okay, here's another thing, though. Aside from the still alive theory, which I don't see how that could be, here's another one. Maybe the reason there's no vision is because he didn't have anything, he wasn't sensing anything. Like, they said he died instantly, right? So he didn't feel any pain. He wasn't seeing anything because he was kneeled down with his eyes closed. He probably didn't smell anything weird. He probably didn't feel, he probably didn't, like, hear anything. If the guy, like, tiptoed up and just drove the knife in, he wouldn't have heard anything. So maybe that's why there's no vision, because all it would be is a black screen. Which I was half expecting it to show that. Which I almost wonder if, like... The thing is, if they had shown that, it would have given it away why there was no vision. They wanted players to think, oh, maybe something else, I don't know. Anyway,
the prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today. I am fully capable of proving the accused's guilt, with or without a divination séance. Go away, Rayfa. We don't need you anymore.
Oh, you never fail to impress, Prosecutor Submoddy. Haha, this is bad. Divination séance was my one and only hope.
Your Majesty, her benevolence has said she isn't tired.
So shouldn't we try to find out why the divination séance failed? Yeah, she wonders. How curious, Mr. Wright. Why have you suddenly taken such a keen interest in the divination séance?
Yes, explain yourself. The divination séance is for shedding light on an accused's crimes. It is the Holy Mother's hammer of wrath that is ever poised to pound you into your grave.
You and your poetry.
You should fear it, not plead for it.
I believe in my client. Plus, yesterday somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination séance was once thought of as just another piece of evidence. Ooh. Bringing out the Dats quotes. That's right. If we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, then they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maifei, is innocent. Oh, that faith, though. Faith in Phoenix's faith in Maya, it's real.
The truth is, you don't have anything else to fall back on, huh, Nick?
Maya, please, you're not helping.
How dare you?
And after all those nice things I said. Jeez.
The voice of a Mitama is to be feared, not utilized by vile lawyers such as you.
Seances exact a heavy toll upon the royal priestess.
It would be best not to burden her any further. Or does the defense feel that it can pose no counter-arguments without the seance?
No, of course not. He saw right through me. Oh. I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen or we're toast. How? But, Well, since the divination seance is not possible at this time, I see no other choice. We get the queen to do it, right? Can maybe she do it? Or when you learn channeling, does that make you forget the other thing? It's like, oh hey, you gotta give up one of your moves to learn a new move, you know, like Pokemon or something. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance, as Prosecutor Sidebody suggested.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I will not forget this, barbed head! What did I do? This will not be the last you see of me! Yeah, I'm sorry, girl, but I don't know. I don't know how to help you anymore.
Now then, I will proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand.
Okay, very well. If the lead detective will please come to the stand, we may begin. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Emma, I'm sorry, baby. Baby girl. God, you're beautiful.
Sorry, Mr. Wright.
Detective Sky, don't apologize to his ass. I understand how you would wish to save the accused and the defense. They are your friends, after all. But you must let them go and move on.
How did he manage to work that in there? Jeez, man.
There's only one way to save them now. By giving their souls the chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the infernal flames.
I am trying so hard not to hone in on that word. You know which one I'm talking about. I can't do this. No, you can do it, Emma. I'll make sure and poke holes in your theory.
Miss Sky? Yes? Don't worry about me and Nick. You just do your job. I'm sure Nick will figure something out. Eventually.
Eventually.
Oh, right. Thanks, Miss Faye. How very brave for a criminal with a tainted soul.
Stop saying that word!
Very well, Detective Sky. Please proceed. Okay, I can do this. Let me start with an overview of this case.
Alright, overview time. The overview.
Why are you in this country?
Alright, let's do it.
Man, I love how she's in this game so much.
The latest victim was PWAA Zealot. No question about that. He had been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years, that's right. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body. Okay. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest. Sounds like we're gonna need to press some stuff here. Well, that certainly makes sense. Will the defense care to respond? I didn't spot any inconsistencies in her testimony, and I don't have any evidence in my arsenal. What am I gonna do now? What is it, Maya?
I was just wondering about how much the police actually looked into Acolyte Zealot. Because it just might prove to be the key as to why the divination seance failed.
What are you getting at?
Well, it's just a hunch.
Oh, maybe?
Okay, shoot, what did she say? That conversation was yesterday. Dang it. It's a good thing it wasn't a week and a half ago.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and start by pressing everything here and see. Okay. Because PWAA Zealot, okay.
Hold it, was it really?
What kind of person was Acolyte Zealot? According to the neighbors and others who knew him, he was a deeply devout youth of the nation.
I too have heard his name mentioned as one who was a fervent practitioner. I suppose you might say he was the High Priest's star disciple.
Furthermore, he had been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years, so we know that's true. At least that's what they say. 2 years, are you sure about that? We took statements from his neighbors and his fellow monks. They all corroborate our initial findings. What about you, Maya?
Well, when I first came here,
I saw Zealot praying under the High Priest's instruction. I see. So the results of the police investigation seem to check out. Alright, so there's that. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body. This seems slightly weird, but... Well, I guess they would ask her, but who else is going to identify it, really? Was Miss Enemy's positive ID the only way you verified the identity of the victim? Oh, I think I see where we're going with this. We have the wrong... We're trying to channel the wrong person, aren't we? Is that what's going on here? Miss Enemy's positive ID the only way you verified the identity of the victim? Huh? Well, no. We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his family registry. But... Well, he was kind of adopted, wasn't he? His personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced. Maybe that's why the divination seance failed. He had the wrong name. That's what Rayfa was saying, yeah, that you have to have their name, right? Here's what I'm thinking. His address is wrong, for Zelda's a fake name. There we go. The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priestess used a descendant's face and true name to summon their spirit. Why, yes, that is indeed true. Okay, he's not still alive, thank God. Still not sure about the other guy, though. If he was using a forged ID and there is no mention of him in our public records, then he was likely an illegal immigrant. They are not uncommon here in Karain. An illegal immigrant? Come to think of it, Rayfa mentioned something about immigrants yesterday. But if that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is. We'll have to proceed without holding a divination seance this time. Urgh. I'd always thought that Acolyte Zealot was Kurainese. Oh, how the High Priest must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Translation, he's rolling over in his grave. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Should we add this to the testimony? Yeah, we definitely should. This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony. It seemed to be a fact most inconvenient for the defense. But if you insist, Detective Sky, please add what you just said to your testimony. Maybe I shouldn't have done that? I don't know. He was an illegal immigrant, so we don't know his real name. Well, I mean, what else are we gonna do? Isn't there some way to track down his real name? No, not if he was an illegal immigrant. Have you actually confirmed that he was in Karain illegally? Well, we don't have any conclusive evidence. We just said illegal because it sounded good, because the alliteration, you know, or actually the assonance. When it's vowels, it's assonance. Anyway. But there's also no evidence of him being a citizen of Karain either. Oh boy. Now what do we do? What if there was a clue in the evidence you gathered? That's probably our only hope at this point. If he really was an illegal immigrant, our proverbial goose is probably cooked. Okay, so all we need is his name. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection. I'm curious what this one would say. Oh, the third statement changed. They didn't actually add that. It just kind of replaced it. He may have been... Well, let me just see what this says real quick. Maya isn't that Lady Kira who's been going around capturing rebels. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but she is. No. That verdict was already handed down in the previous trial. Why are we talking about this again? It is no longer a point of dispute, and I will not allow you to make it so. But it sucks. I have to make it a point. No ifs, ands, and most of all, no buts. No buts. Please. The accused was posing as Lady Kira, and she killed Acolyte Zealot because she mistakenly believed him to be a rebel. That's not true. He was a rebel. I'm sorry. The verdict has already been read in that case. I have to assume that it's a fact now. Now what do we do? Okay, we gotta go back. Now I know why the divination seance failed, but... Nothing's really changed. Yeah, which means we're in big trouble. If he really was an illegal immigrant, it's gonna be real hard to find out his real name. Because our only choice is to give up on the whole divination seance thing. Well, I know some way to find out the victim's real name! Yeah! I haven't even looked at the evidence yet. But I have a couple of ideas what it might be. Well, I was thinking the flag, but I don't think his name would have been on there. I was also thinking there's a note that we pieced together yesterday, or in the last trial. He was illegal choice, but we don't know his real name. Okay, but let me see now. So someone in the comments did say that I have an awful habit of like running off the first page every time I go into evidence. It's true too. I totally do. Cause of death was okay. That's for us. We don't care about that. Shows the high priest's body. Shows body of snow. That's not. Well, that's the other case, right? Warning from Lady Kira to Abbot in me. This is all Abbot in me stuff. Ryan the high priest. Give the clouds of devotion. The peach-shaped. Okay, there is the tattoo. So, but what would that wouldn't give us his name, but that might help us to identify him. I still love this picture. No, I think my best shot is going to be the tattoo. I just don't know what else we have here.
Objection!
Alright, cool. Sorry, Detective Sky, but I have something. But the police missed something important in their investigation. Yeah, the police never actually brought it up. What are you talking about? Nobody really brought it up, actually. The victim was undeniably a Kurainese native. And this crime scene photo proves it. It does? Oh, okay. It's a little hard to see, but look closely. I didn't realize we were trying to prove that he was Kurainese. I thought we were, like, looking for his real name. Otherwise, I would have probably got that a little bit quicker. I don't see anything that would prove that. This proves the victim was Kurainese. Ah, here we go. Right there. Look at this tattoo right here. Man, this is going to be painful to cliffhang these. Wow, that's a tattoo of a peach? He's a Super Mario Brothers fan. I would like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo. Is it upside down? Oh, the victim really liked peaches? Well, the thing is, he was leaning over, you know, so if he was standing up, it would be like an upside-down heart with green sticking out the bottom, like an upside-down heart taking a green dump, basically. Peaches are our favorite delicacy here in Karain. They happen to be a personal favorite of mine. The sweetness of their abundant nectars and the softness of their perfectly ripe flesh. This is turning into an ASMR video, isn't it? They got something kind of craving for peaches. After the trial, Maya. Right now, we have bigger fish to fry. You want peaches on your burger? Unfortunately, that is not a tattoo of a peach. It is not a peach, you say? Then what is it? Take a closer look. Oh, yeah! Oh, I didn't even... Oh my god. Holy crap. I also hung up on the way that it looks like a sideways Greek symbol. Not necessarily Sigma. It's not Sigma. It's kind of like Omega, actually. I don't know. Namely the tattoo on the High Priest's brow. Omar. What? This mark is only borne by members of the Kurainese clergy. But he's gonna say he got it after he came there, right? So that is what you believe it to be. But are they not utterly different shapes? Sure, they're shaped differently, but there's a reason for that. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over an existing tattoo for some reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark all Kurainese clergy bear. So about 20-something odd years ago, everyone did get one, didn't they? These days, they just don't care about that crap anymore. That is entirely too much information, Your Majesty. I missed what he said. Wait, what did he say? Until about 21 years ago, everyone did get one. I myself bear one on my right buttock. My right buttock. I'm glad I looked at that. I am really glad I looked at that. Wow. I'll never be able to unsee that now. Every time he stands up... Oh, never mind. Information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All we have to do is look up a monk with a mark in the same spot. I'm on it. I'll let you know if I get any hits. Do it. That will not be necessary if you seek information on the clergy. I have it all right here. Oh. Oh my, you never cease to amaze. So tell us, is there anyone who fits the bill? Well, I can't exactly control F this shit, so, let me see here. Damn it. God. There's just one. And his name is Real Nemu. Real Nemu. Real Nemu. Okay, Real Nemu. Real name. He became a monk 20 years ago. 20 years ago? Wow. So he's not like an immigrant at all, or he was a monk somewhere else. And that must be the victim's real name. But why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one? Yeah, there must have been some reason. Nick, that's not important right now. The important thing is, we know his real name. You're right. Get Rayfa back in here. Your Majesty, now that we know the victim's real name, the divination seance might finally work. So we will get to see something. A lawyer who willingly seeks a seance. This is entirely unprecedented. Dude, what I seek is the truth. And the seance is our best means toward that end right now. You're but digging your own grave, defense. We won't know that until we try. Sure, it's risky, but it's our only hope. It is. Very well. Let the divination seance be held once more. Let the parrot take the stand. Do we get to watch the dance again? I will totally watch it again. And y'all will too. I'm sorry.
Why would a lawyer work so hard to see the divination seance be held once more?
Because they're fascinating. You have a great gift.
You're a fool, Bobhead, and your foolishness shall yield no gratitude from me. For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek your demise.
Oh, she's been conditioned so hard by their parents. Because I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights.
You will regret ever thinking you could use my sacred insights as evidence. Anyway, here we go again. It's a good thing I never put my robe back on, so I didn't have to get that lady over here.
Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
I'm not skipping it. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It is a little tempting, I will admit. But I feel like this is important just to really establish, you know, that this is what's happening in the courtroom right now. That because of what the importance of what she's able to do, it's really, I feel like I'm being kind of preachy when I say this, though. Got one. She did it. Good job, Rayfa. Here it comes. Oh man, I'm so ready. Oh, I'm so ready. Yes. Jinjil. Punisher theme. Heavy. Okay. So there was pain, but it went away pretty fast, so... That's what I was saying before, though. Like, even when you die instantly, you still probably feel it for maybe a fraction of a second. Oh my. It's just as Mr. Wright surmised. Praise-a-lot wasn't the victim's true name. And now at last we have seen the victim's final moments. What? All
I could see was the ground. You seem terribly disappointed. I take it you did not find any fodder for one of your infamous turnabouts.
Oh, don't... no. Don't even bring up the turnabout thing. That's mine. You don't touch it.
I, on the other hand, have discovered something. Conclusive evidence that establishes the accused's guilt.
Well, let's hear it. Ha 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 ha! A most surprising surprise attack. Coming from above. So tell us, Prosecutor Sadnati, what is this conclusive evidence you have found?
The Plumed Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider this item here.
Oh, man.
It's my Plumed Punisher strap. When you press the Magatama on the Plumed Punisher's belt,
Mm-hmm.
it seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button in the midst of her crime. This strap is an extremely rare item, is it not, Miss Faye?
You better not break it. There's only one of those in the whole wide world. Rayfa probably hopes he doesn't break it, too. Oh god, she just gave it away. There wouldn't be a duplicate. So it couldn't have been like somebody else with one.
Ah, it is just as I said. Your flights of fancy have come crashing down on you.
She sure seems to be enjoying this. Yeah, I've never seen her look so thrilled before either.
It is time to accept the fact that the Divination séance is far more than mere evidence. It is the very truth that brings the hammer of justice down upon the accused. Oh, I'm so happy right now.
That is as conclusive as evidence can get. Now then, if there are no further objections... There are objections, let me tell you. Slow down there, Your Majesty. At least let me make a counter-argument. What's this? You take issue with the Divination séance? No. Or, yeah, I do. I just don't know where they are yet. That's never stopped me before. Well, there was something... It said heavy? Like, did somebody put something on his back? Divination séance is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly. There you go. Nope, I sure don't. Just like you don't either.
I'm the only one who speaks for the minimum of the deceased. If you believe there to be errors in my insights, then let us see you prove it.
This is going to be the last time you do this to me, you know. Isn't it? Alright, insight. Let's hear your interpretation. Boy, I can't wait. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. The pattern on the plaza's ground was visible in the darkness. Kind of surprised he didn't have his eyes closed, to be honest, but then they probably needed that. They needed there to be something there, so... It would have been cool if it was all black, too, though. Anyway, it was the night of the rite. The pattern on the plaza's ground was visible in the darkness. I feel like there's might be something wrong with the pattern, but... Then someone was there, and the theme to the Plumed Punisher filled the air. The accused held the victim down and plunged her dagger into his upper back. Oh, I see. So she's gonna say that's what the heavy thing is about. She said she held him down. Would she have really needed to do that, though? Like, you could have just plunged it in. The blade struck true. In that instant, he departed from this world. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. Her benevolence's insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true. Ah. I didn't notice any holes there, except for the one in his neck. As they stand now, these insights are really stacked against us. We'll just have to go over each and every one of the deceased's sensations very carefully. Yeah, if it's a sensation that's wrong, then... We have Gingill. Okay, but here's the thing now. I already know... Well, this one goes by pretty fast, too, doesn't it? Okay, I need to look at the evidence, but first let me just... the victim was offering up his prayers. Wait, where is it? Where does she say what time it was? It was the night of the Wright, okay. Someone was there, and the Punisher, the accused, held the defense. Okay. She said it was the night of the Wright now. Over here, we have this thing that says... Was it? We did get this in evidence. Believes statement, which says... Family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with gingill. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon and the day before the rite. It must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. So why is he smelling it here? I don't know, but I think that has to be it, so... At least that's going to be my first guess, anyway. Let me make sure that that's like... Yeah. Select. Smell. That's not taste, that's smell. Because if he still had it on his taste, you know, that he could still taste it in his mouth or something, that might be believable. But not the smell. That was easy, actually. Was it really the night of the Wright? What do you mean? It could not be otherwise. The accused slew Acolyte Zealot after killing the High Priest during the purification rite. Oh shit, you're right, aren't you? You're gonna be right. Please don't do it, Phoenix, please don't.